Good morning. It is Saturday, August 23rd, 2025, and we're playing the puzzles together. Got some fun New York Times games coming your way. That one first. We got the connections first. Then we'll do the mini crossword. Then we'll do the Wordle. Then we'll play the Strands, and then we'll play Letterbox. Then we'll recap the whole thing, and you'll have a good Saturday. I'm having a good Saturday already. It's been busy. We're getting into the swing of summer, the swing of the school year. Summer is over, and I wish, some parts of me wish it was still summer. We've made it through our first full week of school. Now, we've had more than a week of school, but it wasn't a full week. We started on Wednesday. So we've had our first Monday through Friday of school, and it was awesome. It was great. It went really, really well. My two kids that are in high school, funny enough, I have both of them in two different classes, and they're liking their classes, including mine, which is, good thing. My son, sometimes when you're teaching and you tell little jokes here and there and nobody laughs, and it's like, crickets, you almost want to play a laugh track or cricket track so that other people will get the hint and laugh. But they're high schoolers and they're too cool for, laughing along or whatever. And, you need that kind of feedback once in a while, a kid that laughs. And so my son is in my class, and I was telling, my usual jokes. I have like a delivery of jokes that I tell. And my son, when the class was over, he came over to my desk and he was like, "You're hilarious." And I was like, oh, I needed to hear that. Thank you. Every time I tell a joke, I get crickets. But then the one kid that sincerely is listening, and he listens to every word. He takes in every word, and was laughing. And maybe he was the only kid laughing. But, oh, my gosh, it felt so good for him to go, "Dad, you're hilarious." that was so, it was so validating, right? Oh, my gosh. Well, today's episode is called Good Friends. My kids are surrounded by good friends. We are, just in general, surrounded by good friends. This morning, my two of my kids went to play practice. The two in high school went to play practice. They just auditioned for the musical, and they've got parts. And boom, here's a Saturday rehearsal already. And so it's fun that they're in that, and they have lots of good friends. My one son is just barely starting out in high school. My one son, I only have one son, and he said, I'm nervous about the audition and stuff, and they loved him, and he's in, right? He's joined cross country. He's made a ton of friends, lots of different places. And he's going to make a ton of friends here too, which is awesome. My daughter, she's older. She already has tons of friends. In the theater department, she's well established already with lots of friends, which is awesome. My middle child, my middle daughter, she has this one friend that actually is the younger sibling of one of my older daughter's friends. So the two older kids and the two younger kids are mutually friends with each other. And they went to a summer camp together, and they live pretty close too. So when they were planning, oh, should we walk together or something? And the younger sibling was like, well, can I just go too? I'll just stop off at their house. And so she's hanging out at the house right now. Oh, excuse me. While the younger kids are at play practice. So that's kind of fun. I love when kids have just, lots of connections, right? Lots of friends, lots of connections. It's awesome. All right, let's dive in. Speaking of connections, let's play connections. All right, in connections, we're playing 4 groups of 4. And let's see what we have. Smartwatch, bowl, oil, chicanery. Oh, I don't remember what that word means. Coolant, podcast, hippodrome, vape, legerdemain, crypto, deceit, fuel, coliseum, subterfuge, brake fluid, and stadium. Okay, so the first thing that pops out, of course, is oil, coolant, fuel, and brake fluid. These are liquids that a car needs. Liquids you put in your car. Okay, it's exactly what I said. Stadium, bowl, coliseum. Oh, and a hippodrome. I think I have heard of that. Isn't a hippodrome like a coliseum? An arena. Great. Oh man. Let's see. Are these like modern day midlife crises? You're going to have a podcast, you're going to get into crypto. You might start vaping. And you might have a smartwatch. I don't know. That's not really a modern midlife crisis. Modern inventions. Okay, modern inventions. I called them modern midlife crises. Oh my gosh. You might, once you turn 30, you dedicate your life to learning about crypto, or you might start a podcast, or you might start vaping, or you might have a smartwatch, I guess. I don't know. They're all just modern inventions. I'm surprised that that's the purple category, not the blue category. But okay. Legerdemain, subterfuge, chicanery, and deceit. They're all weirdly spelled. Skullduggery. What? Skullduggery. Good heavens, what a word. Sometimes, when you come up with 4 words like that, whoever makes the puzzle, it's their job to make a 5th word too, to say something about it. Skullduggery. Maybe I would put the blue category as deceit. And then there's a bunch of crazy words like chicanery, skullduggery, legerdemain, and subterfuge. My goodness. Okay, sure. The yellow category today was liquids you put into cars. Brake fluid, coolant, fuel, and oil. An arena is a bowl, coliseum, hippodrome. I have heard that word before. And stadium. I think that's the Greek, there's like the Roman Colosseum. I think the Greek alternative is the hippodrome. Maybe. I could be totally wrong there. I could be making it up and blowing smoke. I have no idea. What do I know? What do I know anyway? Does anybody really know what time it is? Right? It's like... all right. So the purple category we got next. Modern inventions. Crypto, podcast, smartwatch, and vape. Except for maybe smartwatch, I would say these are also modern midlife crises. You get into crypto, podcasts, vaping. I don't know. And then the blue category is skullduggery, mischief, right? Deceit, chicanery, legerdemain, and subterfuge. I'd love to know like the root of all of those words because they are strange words. All right, kind of a bigger puzzle today in the mini crossword. Let's check it out. Here, let's zoom in just a touch. There we go. Now we can see it over my giant graphic. Maybe should I change the size of the graphic? I don't know. I think it's kind of funny that it is as large as it is. I'm tempted to leave it just to I don't know. It's funny that it's so big. I don't know. When I first put it in, I was like, is that going to be too big? I don't know. And then I put it in, I'm like, yeah, that's too big. But I left it anyway, so I'm just going with it. If you think it's too big, if it's obnoxious, let me know. All right. Hairstyle made popular by the Beatles. What was the name of that hairstyle? That I don't know. Doing amazingly in slang. Gosh, these are big words. Doing amazingly. Swimmingly. Maybe. Take director's words at the end of a take. cut. That's a wrap. Maybe wrap it up. Oh, here's one we finally know. 'Tis the season. Serious wrongdoing. Is that an ill or a sin? I don't know. We might be changing all of this. Camera attachment. Tripod. Flash. Nothing fits there. Camera attachment. No. Microphone. Am I overthinking this? I am a photographer, so I can think of hundreds of camera attachments. A quick release plate. A strap. I don't know. What are they looking for there? Spice in a pumpkin spice latte. Nutmeg. Come down to earth. Come down to earth. How about land? Yellow creature in Despicable Me. Okay, so that is absolutely incorrect. Wrap it up is not. That's a wrap. I don't know. Minion. There we go. Minion. Teen who exclusively listens to music from the late 70s, from the 70s, say. Music from the 70s would be a hippie, would be a yuppie. I don't know. Opposite of thanks, THX in texting, you might say PLZ, bulls, or would they do S? Are they looking for the PLZ or PLS? Behavioral quirk. Maybe is a tick. Behavioral tick. Tournament favorite. Tournament favorite is the one that's favored to win. It's the I don't know. Longing for. I don't know. I do know this top one now. Speaking of, I just said the word. Hairstyle made popular by the Beatles, the mop top. The mop top. Longing for. This is probably an N. ING. Oh, maybe pining. Longing for, pining for. Eponym of the New York City deli featured in When Harry Met Sally. Eponym? Why do I forget what an eponym is? Cat's Deli? Is that it? Hamilton bills. Hamilton is on the $10 bill. NYC Commuting Organization. That is the Transit Authority. I forget. Is it like the Metro Transit Authority? Letters after JK LMN LMNOP. All right, let's see. Now that we've filled in a few more things, let's see what we've got now. Doing amazingly. Killing it. Okay, so maybe it is Cat's Deli. Oh, I get it. Okay. Director's words at the end of a take. And scene. Do people actually say that? I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that for real. Okay, camera attachment. How about a zoom lens? There it is. All right, we got it. A couple of funny letters in there. We got a Z going on in there. A Couple of Z's. No, that one ended up turning into an S. Please, PLS, not PLZ. Bulls. Okay, hairstyle made popular by the Beatles. A mop top. Doing amazingly. Killing it. Sometimes meant sincerely, sometimes meant sarcastically. If you're killing it. Director's words at the end of a take and scene. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Oh, this one was correct. I was wondering if it was ill. Serious wrongdoing, a sin. Camera attachment. Okay, I'm a photography and video teacher. I could think of like hundreds of camera attachments. Do you mean a wireless microphone, a gimbal, what are you looking for here? No, a zoom lens, which allowed for that Z for Cat's Deli. Zoom lens. Spice in a pumpkin spice latte. Nutmeg fits nicely there. Come down to earth, land. I thought I was going to have to change that one too. I'm kind of surprised a little bit, actually. Come down to earth. Yellow creature in Despicable Me. A minion. Minions, tonight we steal the moon. Teen who listens exclusively to music from the 70s say, old soul. Great. Am I an old soul? Just yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I was at the thrift store digging deep in the record bins. I was looking for earlier than 70s. This talks about 70s. Maybe I'm even older soul. I was looking for like 20s through 50s, jazz, bossa. Oh my gosh, we listened to it last night. I found the most perfect bossa nova album. It was now I can't remember his name. Tommy Garrett. It started with a G. His last name. Guitar player, playing all these old bossa nova favorites. So like this, very smooth Brazilian style. Oh my gosh. I after flipping it over and it stopped, I flipped it over again. I'm like, I want to hear more. We listened to it quite a bit last night. It was so good. It was so good. And it was only $1, right? It was $1 at the thrift store. I got so lucky. That and I think 13 other. I went a little crazy. I was like, oh, look, it's a Tommy Dorsey. Oh, look, it's I was finding all these like great old just classics. And come to find out, I was talking to the lady. I'm like, there's so many good things here. And she said, yeah, I think people are cleaning out their closets. Right. So like it's, the opposite of spring cleaning. It's like fall cleaning before winter starts or something. But they went through and people are just plowing through and getting rid of all of their old clothes. There were like prom dresses that were brand new and lots of electronics now. And if you're looking for a time to go to a thrift store, it might be right now. Go spend a Saturday at a thrift store today, and you might find some killer things. I found just over a dozen insanely good records, and in good condition too. Some of them I had to put back because they were scratched beyond repair. There's like a little bit of tolerable scratch, and then there's like, oh, that won't play kind of scratch. And some of them, unfortunately, they were like great sounding records, but I was like, dang, I can't play that. There was a Duke Ellington record. I'm not making this up because there were so many good finds yesterday. There was a Duke Ellington record, but it had a gash through it. It was like unplayable. I know it would have been unplayable. And I would have been frustrated every time I heard it skip. So I did put that one back. That one was only $1 too. They're all, just $1. I ended up with so many good records. So many good ones. Probably all of which are in the public domain right now. So I actually wouldn't mind playing them for you. I have played some of my records in the past. I had the Canadian Pop Orchestra or something playing a bunch of bossa nova tunes one time instead of my usual sound. I would not mind just kind of DJing while I play the puzzles. Maybe I would mind it because I would spend more time listening to the music than actually playing the puzzles. It would be a distraction. This remix of songs that I've cooked up is something that I know how to tune out. I've listened to it so many times I can just tune it out. But if I played a brand new record, I would want to listen to the entire thing, So I am an old soul. I am an old soul because I listen to music from way back when. And my son does too. People ask him, what kind of music do you like? And he says, well, my dad's a jazz drummer, so I actually love swing. And I'm like, oh, that makes me happy. Thank you. Thank you. He'd rather listen to something from, Gene Krupa than from Maroon 5. It's just great. Whole family full of old souls. The opposite of THX, thanks. Pulls, PLS. At first I had PLZ. I've seen it PLZ, but I think more often PLS. A behavioral quirk is a tic, and it's not TICK, it's just TIC. That's interesting. Let's see. A tournament favorite. Oh, the one seed. Yeah, that makes sense. A couple of them are two words today. Zoom lens, killing it, and scene. One seed. Old soul. That's so funny that there are so many 2-word answers today. Tournament favorite is the one seed. First seed. Let's see. Longing for, pining for. This is one of those ones if you're wondering why a word is in parentheses at the end. If the word is in parentheses, that means that it is shared by both the clue and the answer. So longing for, pining for. Eponym of the New York City deli featured in When Harry Met Sally. That's Cat's Deli. But if you'll indulge me for a sec, I forget what the word eponym means. A person after whom a discovery, invention, place is named or thought to be named. A name or noun formed after a person. Oh, everything's an eponym nowadays. Right? A doctor discovers some new disease. It's now named after that doctor that discovered it. You know what I mean? That's so common. I actually talk about that in the history of photography. I spent the last couple days talking to my photography kids about the history of photography. And I told them that the daguerreotype, right, is humbly named after Louis-Jacques Daguerre. Who invented it, right? And I make a funny joke about it right there because I'm like, when the slide comes up, I'm like, Daguerre, who humbly named his process after himself. He called it the daguerreotype, and some kids kind of chuckle about that. Some kids, it goes right over their heads. They could care less. But, you want some credit, you're going to name the thing after yourself. Of course you are. So that's why there are so many diseases named after doctors, right? Li-Fraumeni syndrome, or, because they they discovered it together, so you hear both names. That's funny. Lou Gehrig's disease. Actually, Lou Gehrig's disease was named after Lou Gehrig, the baseball player that famously had it, not the doctor that helped him or discovered it or anything. But an eponym named after somebody. Hamilton Bills. Right? Alexander Hamilton was on the 10. Is on the 10. If you pull the 10. I don't have a $10 bill. I'm a teacher. Come on. NYC Commuting Organization. The MTA. I was correct. The Metro Transit Authority. Here, let me look that one up. Because does it stand for Metro? MTA. Yeah. Absolutely. MTA. Oh, is MTA police part of the NYPD? Oh, no, they're two different things. Huh. Oh, Metropolitan, yeah. Well, close enough, right? I said Metro. Metropolitan Transportation Authority. There we go. Letters after JK. LMN. OP. QRST. Don't overthink that one. Right? JK, just kidding. Nope. LMN. That's funny. Okay. Well, let's play the Wordle. And a couple days ago, some of you heard this story. A couple days ago, I was very, very intrigued about my new setting. I was turning on ultra low latency so that there's no delay. Oh, hey, Tyson, how you doing? Just barely joined. Missed your playing connections. How'd you do? I did fine. Did totally fine. Here, I'll go back to it. I don't mind. Yeah, I did totally fine. Liquid you put in cars, and then I saw arenas because I know what the word hippodrome means. And then modern inventions. Instead of modern inventions, I saw this as modern midlife crises. You might get into crypto. You might get into podcasts. You might start vaping. Don't start vaping. Those are unregulated pretty bad, and they could have anything in them. It'd be terrible for you. And then skullduggery, because I don't know what any of those words mean except for deceit. Yeah. All right. Well, let's dive in. Let's play the Wordle. I was telling you a couple days ago, I wanted to see how my ultra low latency was going, if I could have a real-time conversation with you. And I tested it. There's only like a 5-second delay. So I really can have a pretty good conversation. In fact, Tyson, I see my chat going right now, but I'm not going to look at it because I'm in the Wordle now. This is the story, okay? So I absentmindedly looked over at the chat during the Wordle because I was like, oh, my chat's moving. Let me see if I'm working in real time because of the ultra low latency thing. And John Marco had said like, oh, this one's tough because it's 2 double letters or something. And I went, oh, you gave away the answer. He didn't give away the answer. He just like gave a super big clue, right? And so I'm always careful now not to look at the chat during the Wordle. And then yesterday during class, I was teaching, and then all of a sudden this kid just erupted with like excitement. I was like, okay, I'm excited about this too. And he was like, no, Miller, I got the Wordle in one thing, in one guess, after I had looked. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's the Wordle. Don't show me the Wordle. But and then he was like, don't worry, it's the Wordle Unlimited. You know, it changes every time, so you just keep playing and playing and playing. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. So luckily I had not seen the day's guess. Actually, I used his guess, the one he got in one try, as my first guess yesterday. And it actually, I think it gave me 2 letters, so it worked out. It was cream. I remember that. I remember his, but I don't remember the actual daily Wordle. That's funny. All right. Well, what should we start with today? How about, well, party? No help at all. How about chunk? C-H-U-N-K. Sloth love chunk. Okay, a little bit of help. We got a U, we got an N. Can I come up with a third non-intersecting word? I bet I can. There's one. Solid. Okay, so there are 4 letters, a U, an N, an O, and an I. And they're all in the wrong place. We've got a couple letters to pick from. Oh, it really could be a Q because there's a U on the board. Well, onion doesn't have a U in it. Okay, there are so many vowels here. This makes me think that I'm just like, oh, maybe it starts with a vowel. So maybe it's like O blank I, no, U, U, N, onion. Not how you spell onion. Oh, but wait. Oh, that is a word. Union. U, N, I can go there. O can go there. It would tell us where letters go, you know. It's a new space. It's a new position for everyone, including two N's. I don't know. Maybe we go for union. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Awesome. I was nervous there. Honestly, I was really nervous there. I kept thinking onion. Don't you see the word onion in there? Except for the U. There's no U in onion. But O with an O-N-I-O-N. That's too funny. Wordle. Oh, funny. You're funny, Tyson. He's trying to slip me hints like I don't know. Tyson, this is why I don't look at the chat during the Wordle. He says, Wordle might make you hungry or cry. Oh, my gosh. Onion. No. Union. Onion has an O in it. Two O's, two N's. That's another one tricky, like llama. You know how it has double L, double A? Onion has two O's, two N's. That's so funny. I'm looking at the combination of letters. Like, why do I keep seeing the word onion here? But onion doesn't have an O, or a U, excuse me. So I'm like, maybe I do have all the letters. Maybe it's a double N. It sure was. I was fully, honestly, I mean, you heard me talk about it. I was fully prepared to go, all right, well, at least we know now where the I goes or whatever, you know. But to get it right, that's pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. We're building our streak, too. We have a month-long streak now. Awesome. 31. Man, that's crazy. Was I really at my in-laws a whole month ago? That doesn't feel like a whole month ago. We went to go visit my in-laws. And I wanted to still do my daily live stream, right? I didn't want to miss it and then lose all my streaks. Well, I did lose my streak the first day we got there with my Wordle because I couldn't figure out how to log into OBS. OBS is my streaming platform, and I couldn't get it to work. And then finally, my last-ditch effort was to stream my phone screen on my phone. It was like the most janky thing. It was terrible. And I was so flustered by the whole thing that I missed a simple word. I missed water. Oh, it's so dumb. Like the easiest word, and I missed it. But we've gotten it ever since, and that was a month ago, so I'm resilient. Look at me, rise above, right? Hard work and resilience pays off. So, got the Wordle. Party, chunk, solid. Those are my three non-intersecting words today, and I ended up with U-N-O-I, and it just kept looking like onion. So I was like, no, it can't be onion because that doesn't have a U in it, but union does, right? A more perfect union. That's pretty funny. All right, then we play the Strands. Let's see what's going on. Rub it in, why don't you? Rub it in, why don't you? That's today's theme. If you've never played the Strands before, think of it like a word search, right? We're trying to find words that are hidden in this jumble, but we don't know what the words are. We have to kind of dig them out and find them. I almost see the word onion over here, too. That's funny. All right, so rub it in, why don't you? This could be about insults, right? Rub it in. Adding insult to injury. This could be rub. Oh, like rub, like a meat smoker rub. You know, like salt and pepper. Ooh, lemon pepper. I love lemon pepper. An aioli or something. Maybe this is the one that's going to make me hungry. Tyson, I will not be starting out with that word. Xylol. It's two double letters. That's like the least efficient, and it's letters you never use. Tyson tries to get my goat sometimes. Let's see. What do we have? There's a lot of consonants all clustered together in the top left corner. That's a little strange. Moisture. I'm really hung up about this top left corner. There's so many consonants. There's a cluster of consonants here. CM. Lamb. Wait, lamb goes LAMB. So if we're talking about like rub on meats that you put in the smoker, lamb goes the other way. I'm really hung up about this. All these consonants in the corner. What's going on there? Cream. Okay. I'm overthinking this. Aranha, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Here. I don't know why that didn't say your thing. Yeah. Sometimes when people say things, the algorithm thinks it's questionable, and it's like, well, you shouldn't say that. Like a moisturizer. Here's one. MOIS. Oh, it goes all the way across. Oh, is this the spangram? It is. It is. It is. Yup. So there's balm. That makes so much more sense now. Balm, cream, probably like shea butter, lotion, jelly. She don't use jelly. On my channel, I actually have a video of me playing a song called She Don't Use Jelly. And I'm playing all the different instruments. It's by the Flaming Lips. Salve and serum. There we go. Rub it in, why don't you? Rub in creams, moisturizers. I totally was overthinking this. I thought, I don't know why. I don't know. I'm crazy. Maybe I'm hungry. I don't know. I did just eat a breakfast sandwich. My friend, my daughter's friend that came over, right? I was in the middle of making just breakfast sandwiches for everybody. And I was like, hey, I have another bagel. Do you want me to make one for you? And she was like, yeah, sure. So we just like spent the first hour before my live stream just kind of hanging out and talking and checking in. They were talking about the fun camp that they went to, 2 months ago. And it was great. It was so fun to just, check in with this friend who is also the younger sibling of my older daughter's friend. So like 2 older kids are friends, 2 younger kids are friends. It's great. It's awesome. It's such a good situation. Breakfast burrito. That sounds yummy. That sounds really good. I would totally go for a breakfast burrito. Okay, hot take. Where are the best breakfast burritos from? Do you like, I think, what's his name? Show for Show. He makes, he makes those food review videos. He's like, $5 In-N-Out burrito. Is it justified? Right? and he just goes to all different places. He's like, here's the Taco Bell one. Here's the whatever, the Del Taco or the whatever. And I think he found that the McDonald's one was the best one, but I don't really like the breakfast burritos from McDonald's all that much. Cheese, peanut butter, ketchup, eggs, and garlic salt. Hold the phone. You're adding peanut butter to a breakfast burrito? Tyson, what's going on here? I mean, I get that it gives you protein and whatnot, but what is happening there? That's funny. All right, rub it in, why don't you? Moisturizers. Butter, cream, balm, lotion, jelly, serum, and salve. Those are moisturizers. All right, and then we'll play Letterboxd. All right, so normal puzzle today. Not too hard, not too easy. It's trying to solve in 5 words. So let's do it. Solving in 5. We got NKU. Oh, I can almost spell the word drunk. That's funny. RLGFOA YC D. Yeah, I know. You talked about the peanut butter and salsa sandwiches. I don't know. Salsa on French toast. All right, this is getting weird. I don't know. We're going to keep doing the puzzles. I'm going to ignore that for a minute. Try it? I don't know if I'd try it. That makes me nervous. I don't know. Sweet and like... salsa isn't just savory. It's like... this, it's a different genre, right? It's a different part of the world. I don't know. That seems incompatible. It just seems incompatible to me. Maybe that means I need to culture myself a little better. How about ducky? Ducky. Yang? Yang? I guess that would be yang, huh? Goal. Where do we go from there? Oh, there's no H. I could spell ghoul. Okay. I like where we're headed with these 2 words, but I don't feel like they're correct for what I need right now. So there's ducky. Yang, and what's left is OFRL. How did I not see that? Honestly, how did I not see that? Tyson, you're distracting me with your peanut butter and salsa, and I can't handle it. Can't see these very, very obvious words like fur. There we go. That finishes the puzzle, doesn't it? Okay, so we had ducky, and the Y led to yang, borrowed Chinese word like yin yang, and the G led to golf, and the F for fur. There it is. Right, if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like this video and subscribe to the channel so my videos show up in your feed every day. But we're going to recap our puzzles. Let's see how we did on these New York Times games today. Okay. The connections puzzle, we got it. It was yellow and then green and then purple and then blue. Liquids you put into cars, your brake fluid, coolant, fuel, and oil. Arena is a bowl, a coliseum, a hippodrome, and a stadium. Let me pull up a picture of a hippodrome. Hippodrome. Greek and Roman stadium for horse and chariot races. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, if I showed you the picture, you'd go, oh, I know that one. Okay. Think Hunger Games. Think like chariot races. Right? Long and skinny. That's the hippodrome. The long, long one. Oh, there's one in Constantinople, huh? That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see. It's a very niche stadium, isn't it? It has to be a certain size and shape for a horse race. Modern inventions. Crypto, podcast, smartwatch, and vape. And I renamed this category. I said modern midlife crises. You get into crypto, you get into podcasts, you get into vape, you get into smoking meats, right? Maybe instead of smartwatch, you should say brisket or something, right? a slow cooker, slow cooking. And then blue is skullduggery. What is the official word? What is the official definition of skullduggery? Let's see. Skullduggery. Underhanded or unscrupulous behavior. Trickery. Trickery. How about chicanery? The use of trickery to achieve political, financial, or legal pursuits. Oh, glad nobody's doing that today. And then legerdemain. Legerdemain. Skillful use of one's hands while performing conjuring tricks. Legerdemain is doing magic. Okay, and then let's look up that last one. Subterfuge. Subterfuge. Deceit used in order to achieve one's goals. Yeah, just deceit, generally. There it is. All right, we had a huge mini crossword today. And a couple of tricky ones we had to visit a couple times. Hairstyle made popular by the Beatles was the mop top. The hairstyle today is even beyond a mop. It's a whole commercial Rubbermaid mop now. Doing amazingly in slang. Killing it. You might mean it sarcastically. You might mean that you mean it for real. You're killing it. Director's words at the end of a take. And scene. Do they really say that, though? I've heard cut plenty of times, or that's a wrap. Wrap it up. But, and scene. Sounds more like stage, right? It's like someone doing a monologue, and they'll go, and scene. Right? Meaning it's the end of the scene for their monologue delivery. 'Tis the season. Serious wrongdoing. Sin. I totally overthought this because I am a photographer and videographer, and I can think of hundreds of things to attach to a camera. Yeah, I totally overthought it. Camera attachment. How about a zoom lens? Or prime lens? Or a telephoto lens? Or a spice in pumpkin spice latte. Everyone loves that nutmeg flavor in pumpkin spice everything. To come down to earth is to land. Yellow creature and Despicable Me, those are minions. Teen who exclusively listens to music from the 70s, say, is an old soul. I guess I'm an old soul, too, because I love music from, early 1900s. I listen to 1920s through 1950s jazz, swing, right? Bebop. You name it. Just the other day, I was listening. I went to the thrift store, and I found I think I found like 13 or 14. It was more than a dozen. I remember that. Brand new, almost pristine condition records. Some I had to put back. I would have had like 20, but there were a couple that were just scratched beyond repair. So I had to put a couple back. There was one that I was sad to put it back. I was like, maybe I should buy it anyway because maybe I can get something out of it. But there was a really big gash all the way through of this record, and it wouldn't have even played. It would have skipped every time. It was a Duke Ellington record. It was, oh my gosh. If it had been in working condition, it would have been so good. But yeah, I must be an old soul. Opposite of thanks, THX in texting. You might say please, pulls, PLS. A behavioral quirk, a tick. Tournament favorite is the 1 seed. Longing for, pining for. Eponym, meaning it's named after somebody. Eponym of the New York City deli featured in When Harry Met Sally, Katz Deli. Hamilton bills, right? Alexander Hamilton is on the $10 bill. New York City commuting organization, the Metropolitan Transit Authority. And letters after JK. You would think that maybe that was connected to this other one, the 3 down. Opposite of thanks. Letters after JK. Nope. Don't overthink it. LMN, right? JK, LMNOP. That's funny. Cool. We did great on the Wordle. I didn't realize it until after when I looked at the chat, see this again, this is why I don't look at the chat during the Wordle, because Tyson said, this will make you hungry. And I'm like, I think we're thinking of a different word here, Tyson. It's not onion, it's union. So my 3 non-intersecting words today were party, chunk, and solid. Gave me 15 letters, and out of those it gave me a U-N-I-O, and that is just screaming onion, doesn't it? Even though it's not onion, it's union. But I tried it, and that's what it was. Tyson said union will make me hungry somehow. No, it's onion. Rub it in, why don't you? I thought it was about insults, or maybe like dry rub on a piece of meat before you put it in a smoker. No, it's about like lotion, moisturizers, balm, cream, butter, right? Like a shea butter, lotion, jelly, petroleum jelly maybe, serum, like a hair serum, and a salve. Nice. That was a good one. And then we finished off with letterbox today. We had ducky, and the Y led to yang, right? Borrowed Chinese word, yang, like yin yang. And then the G led to golf. Thank you, Tyson, for saying golf. I was just blind to it or something. I don't know. I didn't see it. And then the F led to fur. And we got it all. Oh, we didn't look at how it was done yesterday. Cumin and noteworthy. Oh, I could see that. I had, what did I have? Choice something? I don't know. That's not how we did it. Cumin and noteworthy. Cool. Oh my gosh. I could go back to bed. Honestly. I could go back to bed. Tired. But we got a friend over. I don't know if you can hear it, but they're playing a game out in the hallway, out in the other room. And it's loud enough that I can hear it through my headphones, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's funny. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great stream. Thanks for a little bit of help. And thanks for the offer. Thanks, but no thanks on the offer for a peanut butter and salsa sandwich yet again. I just haven't worked my way up to it. Maybe someday. Tyson. I don't know. I'll have to like build up the courage maybe. I don't know. Well, go enjoy your weekend, you guys. It's a beautiful day out. It's a chance for you to get out and see other people, hug the ones you love, because life is short and it's just good to see everybody. So, yeah, you guys are awesome. I will catch you on the next one. See ya.